There's just one reason why India remains a robust democracy, and that's because there is still some fear, some respect for the law in this country. When the court ordered, then even a powerful prime minister like Indira Gandhi, she had to obey. When a court convicts, then even a satrap like Lalu Prasad Yadav, he has to go to jail. When the irrepressible J. Jayalalitha was convicted by a lower court, she humbly accepted her fate till the courts proved it otherwise. So viewers, it comes as a massive, massive surprise that the managers of the Gyanvapi Mosque in Kashi have decided to disobey a court order and prevent a survey on the mosque that is visibly constructed on the remains of the Kashi Vishwanath temple. A group of female petitioners had approached the court seeking permission for daily prayers at Shringar Gauri. Currently, it is only allowed once a year. Shringar Gauri, you can only go there once a year, as the area had been declared a red zone and barricaded following the Babri demolition in 1993. Following the plea, the court ordered a video survey of the complex just a few days ago by an advocate commissioner to settle the dispute over temple antecedents. Now the mosque management has blatantly refused to allow entry to the advocate commissioner, triggering a furious row. They've said, sorry, the word of the court doesn't count before our little court. That's the scenario, viewers. That's the scenarios. I want to open this up. I want to go to Dr. Ranganathan first, and beyond that, to the political stakeholders. Dr. Ranganathan, this is the same Kagaz Nahi Dikhayenge mindset.
Rahul, look, the refusal by Gyanvapi Mosque management to allow court-sanctioned videography is an open mockery of our courts. But sadly, I have to say this, it is not unexpected. Remember that Darul Uloom Deoband, one of the most influential bodies for Indian Muslims, has on record stated that, and I quote, Shariat is above all laws, unquote. Many Muslim legislators like Mawia Ali have said Islam is above constitution. Many have said they won't sing Vande Mataram, one of Jinnah's 14 conditions, if you remember. Others have openly endorsed the beheading of Kamlesh Tiwari. But I'm not bothered about that. What bothers me immensely is the pusillanimity of this government. Rahul, if an image could speak a million words, it would be that of that Gyanvapi Mosque built atop the Kashi Vishwanath temple, demolished by the monster Aurangzeb. Sadly, history written by the victors is peddled by the vanquished, and we remain vanquished. In 2019, the virtue signaling Supreme Court willfully ratified the Places of Worship Act 1991 that obligates maintaining all religious places as they were on August 15, 1947. Historical injustice of Kashi can now never be addressed unless Parliament overrides both the 1991 Act and the SC judgment. In a just world, this wouldn't have ever happened. A legal recourse to correct historical injustices cannot be denied in a democracy. And this is not a Hindu issue. I, as a Darwinian atheist, demand the abrogation of the Places of Worship Act. Rahul, if a mosque had been demolished by a Hindu king and a temple built on it, I, a kafir and an atheist for whom Islam sanctions death penalty, would have fought for the right of Muslims to legally get back their mosque. Religion doesn't come into it. Nations weaken not because of their past, Rahul, but rather by how they are taught it. For 70 years, we have been taught to celebrate Gyanvapi Mosque as a monument to Hindu-Muslim unity and not as what it really is, a cruel historical injustice. Because for 70 years, we have been taught to forget cruel historical injustices. From Somnath to Kashi Vishwanath, these injustices have deliberately been made visible as though to lionize the debasement, celebrate the humiliation. And the irony, Rahul, is that the same people who have taught us this, drilled this self-loathing in us, these same people want others to fight historical injustices around the world. They condemn barbaries of the West, either to worship like the Confederacy generals, Rhodes, Churchill, Pizarro, Murray, Colston, Leopold. They celebrate their roads and buildings being renamed, their statues being brought down. But here in India, This same set eulogizes barbarians like Tipu, Aurangzeb, Babar, Khilji. Rahul, just 10 seconds. They celebrate the destruction of Kashi, Mathura, Ayodhya, Markand. It is a heady mix of hatred for Hinduism and India and love for its breakup. This has to end, Rahul. POW, the Places of Worship Act, has kept us as POW, prisoners of war. We have to escape.
We have to escape. We have to escape, says Dr. Ranganathan, and I want to bring in Tehseen Poonawalla first. Mr. Poonawalla, I have with me the order. Okay. And in the order, the court is very clear. The court says plaintiffs came to know that Anjuman Intijamiya Masjid, with the help of their supporters and workers, are intending to demolish the existing deities from the temple complex, and cause of action is accruing every day and every movement within the territorial and pecuniary jurisdiction of the Honorable Court. The Honorable Court has territorial and pecuniary jurisdiction to entertain and decide this suit. It is in the context of that the court said, heard the prayer and ordered this particular very importantly, advocate commissioner driven inspection or led inspection of the property in question.
Right.
This has been done. Now, I'm only asking you, Tehseen Poonawalla, if a court passes an order, and given that India still values verdicts and judgments, should this management be standing in the way?
Yes, they should.
And yes, they should. Okay,
yes.
why?
And allow me to finish 45 seconds.
Why?
Yes, they should until they finish challenging it in the Supreme Court. The date is May 6th and May 7th. Please allow me to finish. Please. 45 seconds. You didn't interrupt, Anand. I'll be very brief. Second thing. This is the national news channel, the channel that we all respect. Anand is somebody I respect. I didn't expect Anand to be a tutor of WhatsApp, Deen Dayal Upadhyay WhatsApp history. This mosque, the Gyanvapi Mosque, as well as the Kashi Vishwanath temple, was not built by Aurangzeb, it was built by Emperor Akbar. A monument of love is now being made into a monument of hatred. It can only be the BJP that can do it. The trustees of the mosque did not demolish the idols for 300 odd years, but they will do it now in a motivated petition till the trustees cannot go to Supreme Court, they will do it, which is, by the way, May 6th and May 7th. And one last point before I end. People in Kashi do not want any of these riots to take place. The Place of Worship Act, an act that kept our India united, is something that Anand calls prisoners of war. I mean, yes, please, every night do Hindu-Muslim breakdown, something that was broken down before our constitution, rather than, and when there existed no law of the land, in today's India, where there exists the Constitution of India. So you compare an act that was done according to Anand in barbarian times, with an act that has to happen in a constitutional democracy. Kudos to you guys, and therefore India's economy is contracting. We have 8-hour power cuts, and we have nothing to talk about except Hindu-Muslim with Sanju Verma. Thank you.
Okay, respond quick. 1 second. Dr. Ranganathan, respond since he mentioned you, and Sanju Verma comes in right after, and then the political analyst here. Yeah.
Yes, all these snide remarks of my good friend aside, let me deal with facts.
First of all, I apologize. It wasn't snide. I apologize. It wasn't snide.
Please.
You know I have respect for you. It'll never be snide.
Thank you.
I say what I say on the field. Thank you.
Well, you talked about this Deen Dayal Upadhyay WhatsApp University, whatever it is.
Which I didn't expect you to.
Aurangzeb demolished Kashi Vishwanath temple, did he not? Yes or no?
No.
Did Aurangzeb not demolish the Kashi Vishwanath temple?
No. That's
did Aurangzeb not demolish it?
University.
Rahul, he is rewriting history. But now, can I not be interrupted? Because I wanted to say a very important thing. And the important thing was, Tehseen, as I already reiterated, I reiterate again. I ask you a very simple question. If a Hindu king had demolished a mosque and built a temple on top of that, I, as an atheist, would support the Muslims, Indian Muslims' rights to seek legal recourse to have that mosque given back to them. Would you or would you not? It's a simple yes or no question.
As an atheist, no, because that act was done when there was no Constitution of India. Today exists the Constitution of India and the act that protects the monuments as they are post-independence, except for the Ram Janmabhoomi disputed site. Everything else has to remain as it was post-1947. And we need to respect our Constitution and our law.
No, I'm sorry. There is no thing of need to respect. Yours is the party that overturned the Supreme Court judgment on Shah Bano. Yours is the party that has actually brought in 108 amendments to the Constitution.
Modi does not follow Supreme Court orders and enforcement directorate.
Mr. Poonawala, since you no 1 minute, Mr. Poonawala, since you are so concerned about hate politics and Hindu-Muslim relations, why did Rajiv Gandhi then open the locks of the Babri Masjid, facilitating its ultimate destruction?
Thank you for that question, because Rajiv Gandhi's last interview to another newspaper which you work with, magazine which you worked with, was that a Ram temple must be built there. The Ram temple dispute was not a part of this act.
Excuse me, Poonawala, 1 second. When this happened, no, 1 minute. When this happened, no, 1 second. When this happened, you also had Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, the promoter of unity between religions, talking about how when a tree falls on the back of a riot, when a tree falls, the dharti shakes. Anyhow, look, the point is, viewers, it's not about 1 minute. First of all, Tehseen Poonawala, you're being slightly disingenuous. And I'm not being sarcastic, I'm being factual. Let me tell you why. Because, viewers, as of date, there is no review against this order. It's a bit like saying that the order has been passed yesterday to recover money from, let's say, me, a defaulter, and I will then in 3 days file a review on that order. In that period of time, I have no cover, viewers. I cannot say to the court, please, prospectively I'm going to do something. You have to comply with that order.
But Rahul, the date is
1
May
minute.
6th.
Just
The date is May 6th.
1 second, 1
I
second.
have to comment.
Yeah, okay.
10 seconds. Sanjuji,
Yes, 1 minute.
10 seconds. Sanjuji, 10 seconds. Sanjuji, I beg of you 10 seconds, because I have to rebut live Tehseen, my good friend. Please give me 10 seconds.
Yeah, okay, 10 seconds, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, because if I had quoted Times Now or Times of India, Tehseen would not have believed me. So let me quote Frontline, which is the Mahavishnu leftist Hindu organization, and Tehseen's favorite historian, Audrey Turushke. I hope I have spelled her name correct. The Gyanvapi Masjid was indeed built during Aurangzeb's reign. The mosque dates back to Aurangzeb's period.
But Dr. Ranganathan, why do you need to set the record straight? We all know this. It's an established fact. If Tehseen Poonawala has not read his history, I can't help it. Yes. 1 minute. Sanju Verma wants to come in. Let's get back to the more substantive issue. Yes, Sanju Verma. Yes. Why do you have a problem? Coming to you, sir. Coming to you. Sanju Verma, quick. Yes. Why do you have a problem with what Tehseen is saying? He's saying for the Hindu-Muslim unity, forget about it. Let's not comply with this order. What they're trying to hide, I don't know, but please answer.
Rahul, first and foremost, let's be very clear that what is the main grouse of the Masjid committee? It says that the Gyanvapi Mosque falls within the red security zone, and hence outsiders, primarily Hindus, that is what the reference is to, should not be allowed. Now, basically, what was the security arrangement in 1993? All it said was that the police, constabulary and CRPF Jawans will guard the premises of Gyanvapi Mosque, and anyone who wishes to enter should not carry radioactive elements, inflammatory elements, or electronic material. It is as simple as that. That is what the 1993 security plan said. So clearly, as other panelists, it's the contempt of court and nullify the intent to cause a snook, dispensation. I would also like to say a big Sita Sahu and Rakhi Singh, who said they want to go and worship at the Gauri Sringar Mandir. I will quickly wrap up in 20 seconds and just tell you one thing. Mr. Ranganathan made an interesting point about Places of Worship Act. Fine. Places of Worship Act has not been changed, which basically means that you cannot change the religious character of the place. If you want to, give brickbats to the government, I would tell Mr. Ranganathan you should also give bouquets to the government, because it was the Modi government which ensured that Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir does not come under the ambit of the revised place 1991. Otherwise, Ram Janmabhoomi would have taken another 450 years to be built. For me,